E3 2018 is coming to a close today, and like every E3, there was a lot of news about video games and the video game industry. Being that E3 is the biggest video game trade show in the United States of America, it kind of sets the tone for what the rest of the year is going to look like in gaming and what the years to come are going to look like in gaming. I think back to E3 2013 as a somewhat iconic E3 because it was the first time that the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were really going head-to-head, and there was a whole Xbox One section and a whole PS4 section, and it felt like two prize fighters going to this press conference for the first time before their fight and looking at each other eye to eye before the fight, and it felt very cool. As someone who loves the video game industry, I thought that was really cool. And speaking of console wars, today I wanted to talk about both of those consoles, but we're not talking about anything that has to do with the games or the exclusives that are coming out. We're talking about sneakers. Some under-the-radar E3 2018 news were the shoes that both consoles have collaborated with Nike or Jordan, a division of Nike, to make that are going to be released or not released, as you'll see later on in this video, or at least very hard to get your hands on, that I wanted to talk about. Video games and sneakers are two of my biggest passions, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, they are, if not your two biggest passions, you know, they're not my biggest passion, you know, I'm married, so it's in the top 10, sneakers and video games. If you're watching this video, you probably also like video games and then sneakers too. I know a lot of video game players and lovers that are also sneakerheads, so it would make sense for there to be more video game sneaker collaborations. And there have been many video game sneaker collaborations over the years. I actually, before I started making this video, before I started recording this, I was looking to make a video of the top 10 best sneaker video game collaborations, and I couldn't even find 5. I mean, there's really some ugly ones out there. I probably could have stretched 5, but there just have not been any great video game sneakers really ever. Nike SB Dunks, Mrs. Pac-Man, and I guess like those Halo shoes that came out with the original Halo, but they were made by Globe. No offense to Globe, but it's not necessarily an iconic sneaker company. You kind of want to have the nice blend of iconic sneaker company and iconic video game brand. Oh, one I did want to mention, the Converse Nintendo collaborations are amazing. If I was going to make a top 5, those would be in the top 3. I'm speaking specifically about the Converse Super Mario Brothers 25th anniversary box thing, whatever, and the box is amazing, by the way. It's very artistic. So those are great video game sneakers. Nintendo did it right with Converse. And we got to give Sony and PlayStation credit for hopping into the sneaker market in, I would say, a more serious way than Microsoft and Xbox have in the past. One of the iconic Air Force Ones is the Nike PlayStation 2 Air Force One. It's hard to say all those numbers together. Iconic picture here of Kobe Bryant with the Nike Air Force One PlayStation 2s. Tried to say it really quickly, and I did it. So, yay me. Kind of an ugly shoe, in my opinion. There's not a lot of amazing Air Force Ones. There was an era for Air Force Ones, and it is in the era that these shoes came out in. I would say 2000, 2010. I mean, some people can still rock them. They're a solid shoe. But I don't think that is a style that people would wear nowadays. But these two shoes I want to talk about here that came out at E3 2018 that were revealed in some form or fashion are both iconic, amazing-looking video game shoes. We're going to start with the PlayStation. What is this? The PlayStation combined with, I don't know how to say this. When this is in the title, PlayStation X Nike Air Force One. You'll see like collaborations like Louis Vuitton X Supreme. How do I say that in a video? I don't know. But it is a PlayStation and Nike Air Force One collaboration once again, but this time for 2018. I'll link both of these articles that I'm talking about in the description below. As you can see the title here, Nike unveils the new PlayStation Air Force One with limited release at E3 Expo in LA. And just look at this picture here. Compare this to the PlayStation 2 Air Force One. I don't even think it's close. This one is so stylish, and I think you could wear this and it wouldn't look out of place in today's day and age. These are beautiful, beautiful sneakers. You might not even want to wear those because you want to keep them nice. Let's read the first paragraph here. Last week, Nike shared a look at rare original samples for the PlayStation Nike Air Force 1 Low from 2006. The insight into the creation of the now legendary sneaker was a special treat for collectors, but the feature on Nike sneakers got even more intriguing when the brand teased that another collaboration could be on the way soon. On Tuesday, we found out a new PlayStation Air Force 1 is indeed a reality. The 12-year wait for a second PlayStation edition of the silhouette was worth it, as the result is nothing short of the most impressive constructions ever for the Air Force 1. And look at these detailed images here. We have the raised Nike symbol with the PlayStation, you know, shapes inside: square, X, circle, triangle. I don't actually see the triangle, but we see the square and the X. And on the bottom of the shoe, we have the shapes that are on the buttons that Sony loves to promote in their designs for things. And this is just an absolutely beautiful shoe. I don't know how hard this is going to be to get. In this article, it's recommended to keep an eye on the sneakers app. But the next shoe I wanted to talk about, the first foray into a collaboration with a major brand that I can tell. Maybe I'm missing something, and maybe you guys can enlighten me about video game and sneaker collaboration history. From Microsoft, just amazing. So I've got to state my bias up front. I love the color green. Every school that I've ever went to or loved has had the color green in their color scheme, and I think there needs to be more green shoes. Green is not used a lot in the sneaker industry, at least from my perspective. I must be missing some amazing green sneakers. But speaking of amazing green sneakers, there are some amazing green sneakers that aren't necessarily on the market, but that now exist in the world. Vibes of the, I believe it was 2008 release of the what was that called? Like the City or the Home and Home edition. It was Jordan 1s, and there was a red and white one, obviously, for the Bulls, and then there was a green and black one for the Celtics. And those are some of the most iconic and probably expensive green shoes. They resale at this point, since it was so long ago that they came out, in like 500 to 1,000 range. I couldn't find them in my size for a price I would like to pay. And then recently, Jordan 1s just came out. They came out in some kind of more pastelish colors: red, yellow, blue, and green. I have the green ones in my room, forest green. I really like the look of them, but to have a more neon green color would be amazing. These are so beautiful. Highest in the Variety article. Again, I have it linked in the description. Look at these detailed images. You got the Xbox on the shoelace here, and we have the Xbox logo on the inside. And obviously, I don't think the heel actually glows, or the, not the heel, the underside of the shoe. But if it does, that's amazing. Stitched Jordan logo looks beautiful. Shoelaces look beautiful. I mean, if you have it, it looks like it comes with 4 different types of shoelaces. Unfortunately, this is, from what, let me just do a Control F to make sure. Yeah, the friends and family. This is only friends and family, so I need to be family with someone that works at Microsoft or Xbox. I think I'm friends with a couple of people that work at Microsoft and Xbox. I would consider myself friends. You know, I didn't invite them to my wedding, so that might hurt me in trying to get this shoe. But I need to get a DNA test. I need to get that, what's that, 23andMe, and you spit in the thing, and it's like, hey, I'm related to you now, Mr. Gates. Hey, Steve Ballmer. Hey, Major Nelson. Can I want these shoes. These are the most beautiful video game shoes I've ever seen. Let me give you my top 3 right now. We go, actually I could do top 4. I'll go these shoes, these Xbox Jordans that I'll never get my hands on because they're friends and family only, but goddamn are they beautiful. And then we got the new PlayStations coming out. Then we got the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers collaboration. And then I got the SB Dunk Mrs. Pac-Mans. Quick editing note, one sneaker that I didn't mention in this video that I wanted to mention were the Paul George PlayStation collaboration shoes that came out pretty recently. Some of my friends got them, and they look like pretty cool shoes. I would probably put them at 4 on my list over the SB Dunk Miss Pac-Mans, even though I really like SB Dunks, and I think those are an iconic colorway, and they look great. But, yeah, I don't know. If it was a LeBron James PlayStation collaboration, maybe top 3. No offense to Paul George, but yeah, when I think of Paul George, I don't necessarily think of PlayStation. I think it's cool he loves video games and promotes video games, though. So, shouts out to the Paul George PlayStation collaboration shoes. And I hope in the future we can get more video game sneakers. Video games, I feel like, are becoming more prevalent in mainstream culture as people my age get older and younger people get into video games, i.e. Fortnite. I mean, we got people from the age of maybe 3 to 53 and up playing Fortnite. It's such a popular game. I know people my age like to joke about, oh, look at this kid playing this game, that's a kid's game, and kids gaming and all that stuff, that's so goofy. And when I used to game at that age, and if I was a kid right now, I'd think it was goofy for me, a 27-year-old, to still play video games. But I think it's becoming more mainstream and accepted for people to play video games. It used to be something that was looked down upon, I feel, in the mainstream, and to see video games seeping into other areas of our culture makes me excited, makes me really excited and really happy. And I hope we can have more awesome video game sneakers between major video game brands and major sneaker and fashion brands, maybe some fashion collaborations too. I don't know. Well, maybe we can get some Supreme PlayStation 4s or some Supreme Xboxes. I'm sure those already exist. I don't know. But if you guys think these are cool shoes, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if I'm missing or not thinking about any video game sneaker collaborations that have happened in the past. And until next video, guys, talk to you later.